Welcome to everyone, and thank you for coming today. As you know, we are here today to call attention to a 9/11 exhibition that's here in the city of Batavia. I especially would like to acknowledge our dedicated first responders who selflessly answered the call 10 years ago to assist at Ground Zero. And if you are in attendance here, and I know there are some of you, would you please stand so you can be acknowledged?
The New York Remembers exhibit will help students and young people learn about what happened on that day. It will help us remember those who lost their lives and the tremendous sacrifice of the first responders and emergency workers. This is a message that we must pass on to our children, how joining together and helping each other is how New Yorkers and Americans recover and rebuild from tragic events.
Myself, Deputy Ron Midas, and Sergeant Vern Falcone. The three of us, along with two members of the Mississauga Search and Rescue Team and a cadaver dog, were detailed to the fresh kills landfill in Staten Island. And that's where all the debris from Ground Zero were being transported over to the Staten Island landfill. And our job was to sift through these ashes and the debris. And I remember, finding human bones, and we have to deliver those to the FBI so DNA could be conducted so they could identify victims for the families. I remember one particular a badge that we found of a Port Authority police officer, and you stop to think, there was a police officer who wore that badge.
My wife works for an insurance company that's based right near the. Actually, they're still down there. One of those companies is committed to stay in Lower Manhattan. She was homesick that day. By the time I got to my daughter's school, where I went to pick up my daughter, because as I say, my wife was homesick that day, I was one of the last parents to get there. And one of the things, you asked, so Ken, what are the things you never forget? There's an awful lot of powerful memories. But one very difficult thing for me was, because I was late to get to my daughter's school, I went into her class and I picked her up. And I looked at the teacher like I'm looking at you, and she was next to a little kid. A little girl. And it dawned on me and it dawned on the teacher at the same time. There will be some kids whose parents don't come to get them. At the end of the day, I come back to this idea that's written on the poster behind me that I think is really the governor's intent, which is that this is an act of remembrance. And by the way, it's not that because we're here after 10 years, we get to stop. No. This is a reminder that we've done it for 10 years, and we'll do it for 10 more, and 10 more, and 10 more. And if I'm a halfway decent parent, and my daughters would tell you I'm not always that, but if I'm a halfway decent parent, my daughters will do this someday. They'll have their way of remembering, and God willing, teaching their kids what happened September 11, 2001.